What a night. I'm still trying to catch my breath after what we witnessed. This was a night for the ages, a night where every single champion who walked into that arena walked out with their gold still firmly around their waist or over their shoulder. The stakes were astronomical, the pressure was immense, but when the dust settled, the champions stood tall, proving exactly why they are the standard bearers of this industry. From the opening bell to the final heart-stopping moments, it was a showcase of resilience, determination, and championship pedigree. We saw history made, we saw legends tested, and we saw new chapters written in bitter rivalries. But through it all, one theme remained constant. The champions reigned supreme. And speaking of champions, the main event was everything we dreamed it would be and more. The main event was pure, unadulterated chaos, just as you'd expect from a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a tornado of action from the second the bell rang. Seth Rollins, our champion, found himself in an impossible situation. He was a man on an island surrounded by sharks. His usual allies, members of the Shield, were nowhere to be found, leaving him completely vulnerable and outnumbered. Every time he gained an inch of momentum, another challenger was there to cut him off. It was a relentless, punishing assault from all sides. You had three hungry contenders all vying for the same prize, and they were willing to tear each other apart and the champion to get it. The action was non-stop. Bodies were flying everywhere, inside the ring, outside the ring. We saw suplexes on the floor, high-flying moves from the top rope, and near falls that had every single person in the arena on the edge of their seat, myself included. Rollins absorbed an incredible amount of punishment, taking finishes and signature moves that would have put away any normal man. But Seth Rollins is no normal man, he's a revolutionary. Just when it looked like the numbers game was a lock to overwhelm the champion, just when it seemed like a new king was about to be crowned, a familiar sound hit the arena. It was the music of the man Becky Lynch. She stormed down to the ring, a woman on a mission, and completely evened the odds. Her presence neutralized the outside interference that was plaguing Rollins, allowing the visionary to finally get a fair fight. With the playing field leveled, Rollins capitalized. He hit a thunderous stomp, the crowd erupted, and the referee's hand hit the mat for the 3 count. Against all odds, Seth freaking Rollins had done it. And speaking of the man, let's talk about the incredible performance from the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. Earlier in the night, she had her own championship battle to contend with. And what a battle it was. She stepped into the ring to defend her title against a formidable and decorated challenger in Nikki Bella. Nikki came into this match with a game plan, looking to use her power and experience to ground the fiery champion. For a while, it looked like that strategy might just pay off. Nikki Bella brought the fight to Becky, targeting her back and trying to wear her down with a methodical, powerful offense. She was relentless, shutting down Becky's attempts to build momentum and controlling the pace of the match for long stretches. You could see the frustration building on the champion's face. Nikki was just one big move away from potentially capturing the gold, and she knew it. But if there's one thing we know about Becky Lynch, it's that you can never ever count her out. She thrives under pressure. It's when she's at her most dangerous. As the match wore on, you could feel the tide begin to turn. Becky absorbed Nikki's best shots and just kept coming forward, fueled by the energy of the crowd and her own indomitable will. She found that second gear that only true champions have. Firing back with a flurry of strikes, she created the opening she needed. In a flash, she locked in the disarm her right in the center of the ring. Nikki had nowhere to go, no escape, and was left with no choice but to tap out. Becky Lynch's reign of dominance continues, a testament to her skill and sheer grit. The night also saw a truly dominant and, let's be honest, terrifying display from the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Sicks. Their opponents were the incredibly athletic and popular Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. The Profits came out with all their usual swagger and energy, looking to use their speed and high-flying offense to dethrone the eerie champions. From the opening bell, they brought the smoke, taking the fight directly to the larger, more imposing Wyatt Sicks. Ford and Dawkins were a blur of motion, using quick tags and double-team maneuvers to try and keep the champions off balance. They hit drop kicks, splashes, and at one point, Montez Ford flew over the top rope with a spectacular dive that took out both members of the Wyatt Sicks on the outside. It seemed like their strategy was working. They had the champions reeling, and the WWE Universe was firmly behind them, believing an upset was on the horizon. The energy in the building was electric as the Profits looked poised to capture the gold. But the Wyatt Sicks are a different breed of competitor. They absorb punishment, and they seem to almost enjoy the chaos. Slowly, methodically, they weathered the storm. They cut the ring in half, isolating Angelo Dawkins and using their raw power and unnerving mind games to turn the tide. The atmosphere grew heavy, the pace slowed to a crawl, and the match fell right into their world. After a brutal, hard-hitting sequence, they hit their devastating tag team finisher, and it was all over. The Wyatt Sicks retained, sending a chilling message to the entire tag team division. It was a night of champions, but it was also a night filled with pure, unadulterated emotion. And nowhere was that more evident than in the match between the legendary John Cena and the brash, arrogant Logan Paul. This was billed as Cena's final premium live event match on European soil, and you could absolutely feel the weight of that history in the air. The reception he received from the moment his music hit was simply deafening. It was a wave of respect and adoration for a man who has given his entire life to this business. Logan Paul, for his part, played his role to perfection. He soaked in the booze, taunting the crowd and showing a complete lack of respect for the legend standing across the ring from him. He used his athleticism and unorthodox style to frustrate Cena early on, landing a cheap shot before the bell even rang. Paul was faster, perhaps even more agile, and he used every dirty trick in the book to try and secure a victory that would have been the biggest of his career. He was determined to spoil Cena's farewell party, but this night belonged to John Cena. He fought not just with his fists, but with his heart. He weathered Logan Paul's best offense, including a lucky punch with those infamous brass knuckles that nearly ended the match. But Cena dug down deep, fueled by the thousands of fans chanting his name. He fought back, hoisted the much larger Logan Paul onto his shoulders in an incredible display of strength, and delivered a thunderous attitude adjustment. The pinfall was academic. It was a victory for hustle, loyalty, and respect, and a perfect emotional send-off for Cena in front of his European fans. In another hard-hitting contest, we saw the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, in non-title action against the colossal Bronson Reed. This wasn't about championships, this was about dominance. Bronson Reed, the Auszilla, presented a unique and dangerous challenge for Reigns. You don't see many superstars who can match Roman's power, but Reed is one of them. He is a mountain of a man with shocking agility, and he was looking to make a massive statement at the expense of the head of the table. From the start, this was a slobber knocker. It was two heavyweights just colliding in the center of the ring. Reed used his immense size and power to bully the champion, tossing him around the ring in a way we have rarely, if ever, seen. He flattened Roman with body blocks and hit a massive Samoan drop of his own, showing a complete lack of fear. For a significant portion of the match, Bronson Reed was in total control, and you started to wonder if Reigns had underestimated the sheer force he was up against. The champion was in a world of trouble, but Roman Reigns is the Tribal Chief for a reason. He is one of the smartest competitors in WWE history. He weathered the storm, used his veteran instincts to create separation, and began to target Reed's legs, chopping the big man down to size. He dodged a tsunami splash attempt from the top rope, and that was the opening he needed. Reigns exploded with a devastating spear that nearly cut Bronson Reed in half. It was a testament to Roman's power and ring IQ, proving once again that no matter the size or strength of his opponent, he always finds a way to win. So let's just step back and look at the big picture for a moment. Think about what we witnessed. Every single champion on a night of massive premium live event matches successfully defended their title. That is not something you see every day. In fact, it's an incredibly rare occurrence in this business. It speaks volumes about the caliber of champions we have right now in WWE. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, the Wyatt Sicks, they all faced down their toughest challengers and emerged with their gold intact. This wasn't a night of fluke victories or lucky breaks. This was a night of definitive statements. Each champion had their back against the wall at some point in their respective matches. They were pushed to their limits, forced to dig deeper than ever before, but in those crucial moments, they didn't break, they didn't fold. They rose to the occasion and proved to the entire world exactly why they are the ones holding those championship belts. It was a showcase of what it truly means to be a champion. It sends a powerful message to every superstar in the locker room. The bar has been set incredibly high. If you want to be a champion in this era, you have to be more than just good. You have to be great. You have to be resilient. You have to be willing to go through hell and back, just as our champions did on this historic night. The reigns of our champions are not just continuing, they've been solidified, strengthened, and proven to be more dominant than ever before. What a night for the champions. What an unbelievable night of action. As I said at the top, I'm still buzzing from the electricity of it all. When you have a premium live event where every single champion walks in with a target on their back and every single one walks out still champion, you know you've witnessed something special. It's a testament to the fighting spirit and the sheer will of these incredible athletes. From Becky Lynch's technical mastery to the Wyatt Sicks' terrifying dominance, and of course Seth Rollins' chaotic survival in the main event, it was championship-level performance after championship-level performance. This night solidified the reigns of our current title holders and set a new standard for what it takes to be at the top in WWE. The challengers brought their A-game. They left it all in the ring. But in the end, the champions proved to be on another level entirely. It raises the stakes for everyone. The message is clear. If you want to take one of these titles, you're going to have to go through a war with a proven battle-hardened champion who simply refuses to lose. The road to glory just got a whole lot tougher. But that's my take on it. Now, I want to hear from all of you. This night was packed with unforgettable moments, from emotional victories to chaotic brawls. What was the highlight for you? Was it Seth Rollins snatching victory from the jaws of defeat? Was it John Cena's emotional farewell victory? Or maybe it was the sheer dominance of another champion? Drop your favorite moment from this incredible night in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. Until next time.